When you look at the Vivo Y35, you see a well-refined addition to Vivo's Y series. A refreshed design that gives it that premium look similar to the recent V25 series, an upgraded processor, really fast 44 watts charging, and a host of other interesting features. But do all of these make the Vivo Y35 the budget smartphone to buy? The Y35 is a device just launched in the Nigerian market by Vivo, and at first glance you might actually mistake it for the V25 series we saw not long ago, thanks to that similarity in design, which makes this a premium looking device for its price point. It retails at 162,900 naira, and at that price you get as much as 8 gigs of base RAM, which is extended by an additional 8 gigabytes, 128 gig base storage, also expandable by up to 1 terabyte. Now the Vivo Y35 comes powered by the Snapdragon 680 processor, which is a pretty decent processor for this price point, and you can find it on the likes of Samsung's A23 and Redmi Note 11. As with most Vivo devices, the Y35 comes with all essential accessories, including a pre-installed screen protector. Vivo remains one of the few manufacturers leaving the complete accessories in the box. We get a 44 watts fast charging brick, which actually charges this device really fast, from 0 to about 70% in just 30 minutes. Very necessary for when you need that quick boost. Now the Y35 sports a flat design profile, and you can easily mistake it for the V25 from the rear, which I've mentioned like twice already. This is a much welcome design upgrade coming from the Y33 as we got last year. Now the Y35 gets a matte textured finish on the rear, which helps with grip and doesn't pick up smudges. The color I have here is the one they call Dawn Gold. There's also an interesting looking black color, which would have been my preferred if I were to choose. Now the camera bump hosts its triple rear cameras, which do a really good job of capturing photos, but we'll get to the camera performance later on. The Y35 is an approximate 6.6 inches tall device, sizable on the hands and not too big, also slim and lightweight at just 188 grams. It has solid build quality and gets an IPX4 rating for splash resistance, so it should survive those accidental drops in water. As for ports, we get the complete ones on the Vivo Y35 with the headphone jack, USB-C port, and speaker grill at the bottom frame. Sadly, it's a single speaker and no stereo setup, but I find it loud enough. Its SIM card slot is at the top frame. It accepts dual nano SIM cards and gets an additional SD card slot. The fingerprint scanner on the Vivo Y35 is side mounted on the power button, and from my use so far it is responsive and it works fast to unlock the device. Never had any issues with it. Now on the display side of things, we see a water drop style notch. It's a 6.5 inches display with a resolution of 1080 by 2408 with a high pixel density of 401 pixels per inch. Now while it's an LCD display, I actually find it vibrant. I can say it's a good one with good viewing angles. Not as good as an AMOLED, but close enough. It can get bright up to 515 nits and you should have no problems using it outdoors. The display gets 90Hz screen refresh rate, and thanks to the fluidity of FunTouch OS, you get to experience the smoothness of scrolling and animations. By default, it's set to Smart Switch, so it switches between 60 and 90 Hz as required by the system. But you know I'll always go for 90 Hz always. However, I think leaving it at Smart Switch works best for longer battery life. But hey, it's got a large battery and really fast charging, so 90 Hz always is going to be for me. The Vivo Y35 runs Android 12 right out the box with FunTouch OS 12. It's a highly customizable OS and it gives you proper Material UI integration with wallpaper theming, so you get to have a dynamic experience every time you change your wallpaper. That, in addition to all the features of FunTouch OS, makes for an interesting user experience, as there have been no bugs or lags and everything works as it should with FunTouch. As we've already mentioned, the Vivo Y35 comes with enough RAM and storage. The additional 8GB extended RAM uses from the available internal memory to extend the RAM by about 8 gigs more should you ever need it, and I think 8 gig is plenty sufficient as FunTouch OS is well optimized. The 6nm Snapdragon 680 processor powering the Y35 is a reliable one and should handle all of your regular apps, including with multitasking. It is accompanied by the Adreno 610 GPU. While you might not be able to play your favorite titles at high graphics settings, it does quite well at medium graphics and doesn't get uncomfortably hot while gaming. For the best gaming experience, FunTouch OS provides Ultra Gaming Mode, which optimizes performance for better gaming. Now the battery capacity of the Vivo Y35 is 5000 mAh, and you can expect it to last a whole day of average to heavy use. Its 44 watts fast charging is there to help you get that quick boost should you ever need it. One area where the Y35 shines is in its camera performance. For specs, it sports a 50 megapixel triple rear setup, which includes a 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor. For its selfie camera, we get 16 megapixels. I find this camera performance quite impressive, especially when shooting human subjects. Skin tones look okay and photos come out sharp. Edge detection on portraits look really good, including with selfies, and we don't get any major lack of detail on the subject. The 50 megapixel camera gives you really good background blur when shooting close subjects. For low light, it does okay as it has a dedicated night mode feature which helps you get sharper night photos. The Y35 is able to shoot videos at a maximum 1080p 30fps from both its selfie and rear cameras, and I'll say it does great. The Vivo Y35 is a good step up from its predecessor, and for a budget device, I find its performance satisfactory. I've had no issues with it, and I'm especially impressed with its image processing, and the best part, it's a Snapdragon powered device, so you can always use Gcam to explore if you need more from its cameras. And that's all from me. Peace.